everybody. Welcome to Dackman Productions and welcome to Conahey Rail. This is a special live reveal, live show. And you'll see that I'm in a different room than I'm normally in. And that's because, I want to keep the camera and the computer out of my way when I do the final review or reveal. For those who don't know, I've been off this week on vacation. And I've been working on Conahey Rail High Rail layout. And hello, Cross Tankers, Northeast Penn Productions, Randy Jacobs. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. Anfield. I've been working on Conahey Rail for the last week. So, I'm looking at all these other YouTube channels and I'm watching our live streams. And they have these gorgeous, beautiful layouts. And it's like, wow. And I'm just blown away. And here, I built Conahey Rail on recycled materials and, stuff that was thrown away. And it sort of showed, the top portion I was happy with, the way I built it. But, the base of it, you could actually tell it was pieced together. So, hello, Bruce Morrell, Human City Junction or Humanity. I like how he came up with that name, by the way. Leslie's Trains, hello. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited that I'm doing this reveal because, like I said, when you looked at my layout, the base of it, you could tell it was pieced together with recycled materials. So I decided to do a makeover, basically repainting the whole entire layout, and I was afraid that it was going to pretty much look like putting lipstick on a pig, but the pig ended up turning into a princess, so to speak. So I was pretty happy about that. And so it looks like there's a question already. So we'll pop that up. Dackman Productions, when you see my layout, do you find it inspiring? Yeah, actually, I do, Heath. Because there's things that that you do that interest me. I would like to see you do your water features and stuff like that because I want to do some on Conahey Rail. So I would like to, do that myself. So there's certain things that I want to learn how to do or do. So yeah, there's something that always inspires me on everybody's live feed, and I love the way you put your T modules together. That's really cool too for the space that you have. So yeah. So anyway, I'm also, for those who don't know, there's going to be another live show. It's going to be basically a open house virtual tour. I had that scheduled for the 18th of December, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you might want to stay tuned for that one because what I'm going to do for that open virtual tour is I'm going to open up my whole entire basement. So you'll get to see everything. We'll take a tour. We'll talk about the different things, what's inspired me to do those certain things. And we'll even do some train running. And I have multiple, a couple layouts we can do train. I got plenty of trains to run for entertain you guys. So, so that's in the works. And this open house virtual tour is sort of a celebration at the same time because I reached 200,000 watched hours, and I've been watching the numbers on my subscribers. I'm almost at 7,000. So all I need is 100 more subscribers, and I hit the 7,000 mark. So that would be kind of cool to celebrate at the same time. So I'm hoping by December 18th I get at least another 100 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And make sure you smash the like button, as Brian would always say, on Mike from Cross Tankers, both of them. So make sure you hit the smash the like button. So during that open house virtual tour, I've been up in the air about doing a giveaway, and there's so many rules and stuff like that. But so what I want to do is I'm still going to go forward with that. What I want to do And I know it's not much, but I want this to have a nice home. So I'm going to give away this Plasticville suburban house in blue. It's still brand new, never been opened. I want to give that away, not on this live show, but the open house virtual tour. Um, I'm going to need some advice on how to give it away. So if somebody could reach out to me, either in the comments and then let me know how I should go about giving this away, a trivia question or whatever have you, because I want to make this fair. But I would love to see somebody get that would able to use that, and that would make me happy. But I would like to see that go to maybe somebody just starting out, or a young fellow who's just getting into the hobby and he's already got Plasticville and he doesn't have that one and has been looking for it. I mean, I would love to see that be given away. And I gotta show this. And Heath is asking, on this stream, will you give away Nick's Conrail T1? It's hard to give something away that you don't own. So I don't think I'll be able to give that away. Anyway, Randy Jacobs is suggesting pick a number from 1 to 100. I guess I could do that. But yeah, I would love to come up with a way to give that prize away. And Mike is asking for orange ore cars. So yeah, that's one of his things. He loves ore cars, but unfortunately there are no ore cars on Conahey Rail. Conahey Rail does own hopper cars, and so yeah, Mr. Pick the video is blurry because I'm in a different room with low lighting. So unfortunately, that's going to happen. As I said, I didn't want to be out there in the way, but we'll get out there in a minute, and the picture should come in more clear. So at any rate, let me see if this will change anything. To get away from the light. So yeah, this isn't normally the room or the area I stream from. I'm what I call my Atlas O room. You can see the Atlas O behind me, but I actually turned one light off to dim the lighting a little bit because the light was actually too bright, and so I don't have just enough lighting. So Northeast Pen Production says, "I love your shirt." Yeah, I have quite a few Conrail shirts. I had this one. I got Conrail quality. So, any rate, so I've held up. You're using a laptop webcam. Yes, I am, Mr. Pictavid. I always do, and that's usually never a problem. At any rate, so we're going to go ahead and take. We're going to walk out there to Conahey Rail. So I'm going to mute this mic and unmute the other mic so it doesn't feed back through my laptop here. So we're going to go ahead and change the view. So there we are. We're out there already on Conahey Rail. And I would like to, speaking of Nick at PGH Train Fanatics, I would like to thank Nick for the suggestion on for a holder for my camera to put on my tripod. He actually gave me the link for that, so I thank him for that. So make sure you check out Nick's channel, PGH Train Fanatics. He sells O-gauge building fronts if you're interested in those, and make sure you check out Crossed Anchors. Me and Crossed Anchors do live shows Thursdays and Saturdays. So, at any rate, we're going to mute this mic here, and then I'm going to unmute the other mic. So, hold on just 1 second. There'll be like a pause. All right, everybody. Okay. Hold on. I had to turn down the speaker on my laptop. So this is my first time streaming with two cameras. So you'll have to hang in there with me. So this is my Conrail SD70 Mac that I just had hanging out. And for those who missed the Crossed Anchors live stream on Thursday, we were actually talking about modern diesels just like this one here and the differences and the components on them. So if you missed that show, you might want to check them out. Now, I will be on the camera, so I won't be able to see comments because I don't know how to bring them up while I'm doing this. But we're going to go ahead and do the reveal here. All right, so we're going to come back. And this way you guys get a more or less. All right, so the inspiration for my layout, of course, is Conrail. So what I did is I painted it in the Conrail blue and also with the white trim. So I wanted to offset that blue with the white trim, just like with Conrail. And so I did that all the way around. And you'll notice that the area that had the hole in it is gone. I put a skirting across that. And then, like I said, everything got painted blue with the white trim. This trim here, this is just white plastic trim from Home Depot. You can buy it in different widths. So that's where that came from. The and the paint is Bear paint, and they actually had I don't remember the color of it, but they actually had paint that matched the Conrail name, and this is pretty much where I call my big locomotives the SD70 and the 80 Max hang out at right here. Then here's my control stand. I repainted and did that, and I didn't get too picky with taping off the floor. I did it half-assed because I'm gonna be putting flooring down in here anyway, even though that's not gonna be until next year. This is my storage area, so when I want to do a video, I'll take trains off the outside loop, put them in here, and then put my. I usually shoot video on the outside loop. All right, so I'll stop right here and see if you guys have any questions. I'm gonna look at the camcorder real quick, or the laptop. Give you guys something to look at here. So let me check out the laptop real quick. Yeah, see, somebody could co-host for you and check the comments. Yeah, that would be nice. Maybe I need, yeah, so maybe I could use somebody for the open house virtual tour to help me with that, to do to watch the comments. This, as anybody who's done a live stream, they know it's hard to watch the comments during the live show. And I normally see two people always doing it. Like I don't know how Heath does it by himself, but you see Crossed Anchors, they're a team. GFW is a team. So most of the YouTube videos you see are pretty much teaming up. One does the stream and one does the live feed. So let's talk about the updates that I want to make on Conahey Rail. So this is in 2021. I'm done for this year, except for the virtual tour. So I'm going to put another track here for switching off rail cars as a spur line. That's in the future. I'm going to change right now. This outside loop is 072, and this inside is 054. And so my plan is to take 072, upgrade it to 080, then the 072 I'm going to recycle and replace it with the 054. Now the problem is going to be 072, there's not enough room to make it around the inside loop. So instead of going around horseshoe curve, what I call it, the 072 is going to come across here, and I'm going to create a double track lift out bridge. And then the this 054, I'm going to move inside some more, and I'm going to create a trolley line. So that's everything that's all up in the air right now. Of course, as funds become more available, if I quit. My problem is I always spend money on trains, and then scenery and trackage and switches always come last. I don't know if anybody else has that problem, but I know I do. All right, so over here in this section, you can see I started trying to put in a crossover with guardrails switches. I'm going to take them back out. And as you see, I added more room here. And I'm going to buy the Ross double crossover switch and put in here instead. I've seen the Ross crossover double switch on GFW, and I actually fell in love with that, so I'm definitely going to go that way here and be done with this. It'll be quick and easy. And for those who don't know, Ross does offer to wire them up for an extra $25, which I'm going to do. Over here, I still have this bridge area to finish. I want to put in, more rocks and rock facing here and scenery, and do a better job on the water scenery. And I still have this cornfield to finish up, which I seem to be working on for, I don't know, forever, for at least a couple of years, and that's about as far as I got with that. But I felt as though the painting of the Conahey Rail was a little bit more important. And then I guess I showed pictures. It's not really. So I painted my room in Atlaso in here. That's why I call it the Atlaso room. But I'll show more of that on the virtual house tour here. So let me see if there's any comments, because I'm sure I'm missing a whole bunch of them. Backman Productions, I have a lot of technology. Any plans to add? Here we go. Any plans to add a yard to the layout? No. I This is about as much yard as I'm going to probably have. This grain facility in here. Somebody did suggest that I could probably take this out and add a whole bunch of trackage in there, but that's not what I wanted to accomplish. I wanted to have like a suburban area out here, so the trains come around, a suburban area, and it gets more populated with commercial buildings and stuff like that. And it keeps going through into the next room where it goes through a grain facility. So the only thing I'm going to add is a spur in here, and then that's going to be about it. So I still have a shop area. I don't know what I'm going to do with yet. That's going to be way, 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 way in the future. While we're here, let's do this. Let's do this as a double reveal. Why not, right? So let's spin around here. And also this year, I decided to paint this as well. This is my traditional layout for those who haven't gotten to see it yet. I'm sure there's people who've seen pictures. I decided to paint this up like if it was a Lionel display at a train show. Uh, I wanted to bring some of that train show feel to me. So I painted this up as like if Lionel was really here on display, because I was at the World's Greatest Hobby, and they had this Lionel had this booth, and they had this tower that was orange and blue trim, and I just love those colors. It just popped for me. So that's basically why I did it this way. The inner Lionel colors, and everything on here is Lionel NPC, so why not? So I have something up from a train show that's that reminds me of that. And then over here, I have this, Conahey Rail, High Rail, which is basically, it looks like a club display. Like if you were to walk into a club, at a train show. And because the clubs put on, they got nice skirting around. They look really professional, and that's one of the feel that I wanted to get. Um, so let me see if I can maneuver this around and see what you guys were talking about here. All right, so the painting. Let's see what we got here. Do you have more room to expand into? Good question. So there, the train goes through the those two tunnels, and there's a shop area there. So I got plenty more room to keep going. Yes, I really wanted to. Any plans to run outside too? No, not at this time, Bruce. I'm keeping it indoors. Even when I was into G scale, I was indoors. Let's see what else we got. I like the painting for the Lionel on the side. Thank you, Northeast Pen Productions. Uh, like I said, I wanted that feel that Lionel was actually on display in my uh, in my basement. Um, and what else we got here? The painting on the layout made it pop. Thank you. I thought that painting it all blue and leaving it that way would not look good at all. So I knew it had to be um offset with white. Let's answer another one. What size curves do you use? Okay, the minimum I have on the outside rail currently is 072. The inside main is 054. I'm going to be switching that around next year as funds become available. And the outside rail will be 080 and the inside will be 072, making it more a true high rail layout. Because really a true high rail layout wouldn't have 054 is kind of tight on a true high rail layout. It would a true high rail layout would have 072 minimum. I'll probably get beat up for saying that, but let's see what else. Let me scroll up here and I'm trying to see. It looks awesome. Thank you. Great work. Thanks for sharing. Thank you very much, Cross Tankers. The amount of work that you put into your modeling environment is great. Uh, Thank you. I'm trying to capture the feel when you walk into my basement area. I want you to feel as though you're, I know it's kind of hard to pull this off, but at least get the feel that you're at a train show. And I think when I do my virtual open house, um, you'll see that. And it was something I've been planning for a while. I just didn't think I would do it this soon. But with the COVID shutdown of train shows, it accelerated those plans. And Northeast Penn Productions says he just reached 41 subscribers. So that's good. Glad to hear that. You're growing as well. And let's see what else we have. And if Mr. Pictavid, if you want to volunteer as a co-host on my next live show, watching comments would probably be helpful. Um, yeah, I'll have to talk to Heath about the giveaways. He says it could be complicated as you want or as simple. So maybe that's something we can talk offline with Heath or on Discord. I don't know if you're on Discord or not. That's something you can probably talk about later. And Mr. Pictavid says, your layout is definitely a labor of love. Thank you. It's been a hard road. This is not easy, nor cheap. I tried to save as much money as I could by using recycled materials, but that also ended up, offsetting the looks of it. So when you came down here before it was even painted, you could tell it was pieced together with this and that, and there's nothing really wrong with that. But looking at everybody else's wonderful layouts on their live show made me want to change all that. And like I said, while I was here, I wanted to um, also let everybody know uh, the future plans of Conahey Rail. Um, and stay tuned for the virtual live tour. I'll go through a lot more other things. I'm sure there'll be a lot more questions during that live stream. And for those who don't know, I consider this my high rail layout. Everything on this layout is true 148 scale. I run it prototypically. I run it proper rolling stock or proper time period rolling stock to the proper locomotives. So I try to be as realistic as I can on here. This is where I basically become a rivet counter, so to speak. But there's another side of the coin to me. When I run over here, this is Conahey Rail traditional. This is where everything's semi-scale. Most of the stuff is fantasy, fun, and colorful, and it's mainly NPC, Lionel NPC stuff. So I do have both sides of the coin here. So I wanted to explain that there is a difference between high rail and O gauge. And yes, Heath, I will. And for those who don't know, I'm planning on between Saturday and Sunday producing a video on the different terminology of O gauge and O scale and high rail and standard O and traditional and semi scale to try and help out people like Keith who don't know much about O gauge, the O gauge hobby, and the terminology. I think is very important. So I'm going to cover in that video as much terminology as I can, explain it, and then hopefully even for people who are new to the O gauge hobby or just getting into it or just as confused as Heath is, and I'm sure it is kind of confusing for somebody who's never been into it and are just getting into it. Now they're seeing high rail, standard O. They're seeing terms like 027 and semi scale, and they're like their heads are going in like a million different directions, and they're next thing you know they're asking is 020 can 027 run on Gargrave's track, and so I'm gonna cover all that in that. It'll probably be kind of a lengthy video. I'll try and keep it right around a half hour, but I do want to touch on those terminology words to help out people who are just coming into the hobby and they open up a Lionel book and they're seeing standard O, semi scale. Then they go on Facebook and they see guys talking about high rail and O gauge and O scale. What's the difference between O gauge and O scale? So yeah, it can it can blow people's minds very quickly. So that's my plan this weekend is to try and well, I'm going to between those 2 days I should be able to get that video out for to help the O gauge community. So we'll see if we have any other questions that popped up. And I'm not running any trains today. I'm saving that for the open house virtual tour. And so let's see what we have here. All right, so Heath is on Discord, so I'll contact you on Discord, Heath, and we'll talk more about if you can give me some advice on how to give that away. Let's see what else we have here. Good thing your track is on benchwork, that damn. You can tell the folks what happens when you step on. Yeah, we're not going there. Let's see what else we have here. All right, great to see everyone. See you. Hope you guys can see my layout someday. Sure, Northeast Pen Productions, love to. All right, and then so narrow gauge on the high. No narrow gauge. No, nope. Mr. Pick the Vid in the world of O gauge, narrow gauge is ON30. So there's another new term for you, Heath. I'm sure you've heard of that one. How about O scale that runs on HO track? I'm sure that's going to blow your mind. And thank you, Mr. Pickvid, for the super chat. Really appreciate that. And I'm having a good time right now with you guys, showing this off and showing the reveal of both Conahey Rail High Rail and Conahey Rail traditional layouts. During the open house virtual tour, we will be running trains. So that's going to be different. I'll be running trains on Conahey Rail High Rail and the traditional layout, so you guys can see them all running. And I think that's going to make for a great live stream. I'm thinking of maybe planning to host that for at least 2 hours. I could go further if there's enough interest, but we'll see how that goes. I always like to, go by the whim as far as my plans. So thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate all you guys' encouragement and thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being, liking my videos. I never thought I would have 200,000 watch hours. I never would have thought that, I would be close to 7,000 subscribers. I'm just blown away. And this is just, it's funny because Conahey Rail, let me show you before we go. And Conahey Rail was just an L-shaped layout, and you can see that on my YouTube channel. It was just a plain L-shaped layout to run my my 1987 Conrail Limited set. So when I did that in 2015, I had no idea that it was going to explode into something like this. I got hooked on high rail big time. I just fell in love with it and what the clubs are doing. The independent high railers really I can't thank them enough because they became friends with me and gave me advice and were explaining different things and how their layout or their club works as far as. So I'm pretty much copying what they do, the realistic operations, the proper time period rolling stock for the proper locomotives. I mean, they have a lot of rules on their to run on their layout, and they don't allow fantasy cars on the layout. They want it to be prototypical and real. So, I pretty much on this layout copy them. And one other thing, I plan on doing a history on Conahey Rail at the end of 2015. So I'll be putting a video together of Conahey Rail starting out in 2015 to the end of 2020. So it's sort of like a 5-year history of Conahey Rail and building this and the different stages it went through. And once again, I like to thank everybody and make sure you go over to my other live show and for the Conahey Rail Open House Virtual Tour. Make sure you hop over there and set the reminder. You're not going to want to miss that because, like I said, I'm going to have all the trains running on the high rail layout. I'll have all the trains running on the traditional layout. There'll be plenty of action, and I'll be giving away this Plasticville house that I showed you earlier. And I'll get with Heath and see how I got to go about doing this. But I really want to do this. And I'm really excited. So this is like a big celebration for me, the 200,000 hour watch or 200,000 watched hours celebration. Maybe by that time, on the 18th, it would even be celebrating 7,000 subscribers. And I'm just really excited and looking forward to the 18th and spending those 2 hours or plus with you guys showing off and talk about Conahey Rail and showing things off and having trains running. And this will be the first time in the history of Dackman Productions and Conahey Rail that I have done this show. So this open house virtual tour is a first for my channel and to show off what my area. Now, it's something that I've been waiting a long time to do, but I knew that I had to make a lot of changes and spruce things up to make it look better than, at least for me. All right, so thank you once again. We'll see you guys on the next live show. Like I said, it's going to be December 18th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, Saturday, for the Crossed Anchors late night show. I'll be there. And of course, I'm usually with Crossed Anchors Thursdays and Saturdays. Then also look out between me and Mr. Pictavid. We also do a show every other Friday between me and Mr. Pictavid on large scale trains, also known as G scale. So we take turns doing that. The large scale consolidated live show. So make sure you tune into that as well. All right, everybody, have a good night. Thank you for joining me. Spread the word around. We are going to have lots of fun on the 18th. We'll have lots of trains running on all both of those layouts. Okay, have a good night, and thank you very much.